Okay, we're back with turn 5, and going to get you through with this one, and probably turn 6 with this particular video. With turn 5, just giving you kind of a recap. Where we left off here is that the Italian units have moved up, and they're right over in this general vicinity here, here, and here. And they're going to be pushing down the southern track down towards this way. But they've got one unit, and this is where I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. They've got one rifle ATR unit down here that they need to deal with right here. Now they've positioned to do that. We've got a couple supporting tanks here. We've got some infantry that moved up over here. We've got a mortar set up over here. So they should be able to do that. Also, they've got them suppressed, which is going to help get them knocked out. Now they should. I just noticed here there shouldn't be a. There shouldn't be a second unit here. Let me delete that and delete that. Somehow I must have cloned that by accident. There we go, and delete. All right, it should just be that. It's just one lone unit sitting there to deal with. To the north, we're going to move the Panzer company and the infantry company up the northern track and around to the north. I think that's going to be the better way to go for them. This is wide open right here. If we can get them down around here, I think the Panzer company will be better on the flanking, and they can attack these handful of units that we discovered up here, as well as the other ones, and get in position on the road to attack. Meanwhile, we'll have the Italians, move up the road, take on the rest of this first company units down here, and hopefully take them out. It's going to be a little bit slow going here. We're not going to make it probably up to engage these guys quite yet, not until probably this second turn 6. The same thing with the Panzers up here. They need a turn or two to get up here. The other thing we have to deal with is this artillery, this pre-planned artillery barrage that the Commonwealth have. They've got that set right here. There's several points that they could land on, so we've got to be careful about where we put the troops and getting under this artillery barrage within here, because that can be very dangerous for some of these units, particularly the lighter Italian tanks. We've also discovered some Commonwealth units over here. Let me zoom in here just a little bit. And you can see there's a mortar unit, rifle unit, and the forward observer is over here. Now he can't attack the forward observer, and he'll be coming on turn 8 to do some called in fire for the Commonwealth. So we've got to deal with those over here. The recon units, these two Italian recon units, will try to engage them, try to suppress them, try to discover more units over here, while the Panzer company is actually moving up here as well. So that'll be the plan. We'll see how it goes. As always, subject to change. So here we go. Let's go for the turn. So first thing is the spotting phase. Nothing really has changed. Pretty much all the tanks are spotted. There's nothing blocking them to spot. The hidden units, we're not close enough. Most of these guys are in rough terrain. And the ones that have been activated, we can see them pretty easily because we're pretty close to them down here, and with the recon units up here. So the spotting phase, nothing much changes within here. So we'll just go through that. We'll get to the command phase. Not much change in terms of commands. There's going to be 4 for the tank company. Pretty much going to be moves, maybe a little bit of fire, if I remember correctly. No, they're all going to be moves. And then we've got the Bersaglieri infantry. They're going to get 7 commands. Again, pretty much all going to be move, I think. Oh no, the mortar is going to actually fire down here. That's the mortar. He's going to fire down here at this guy to provide some support. And just checking some more ranges. And these guys are going to be doing moves to dismount, get in position to hand-to-hand. Panzer company, 7 commands. That's all going to be moves, pretty straightforward. The AB-41s up to the north, they're going to fire, try to suppress these guys up here before they move up, and also, wait for the support of the Panzer company. And then we've got the Panzer infantry, which are going to get 12 commands, and they're just going to be moving as well. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward in terms of what I'm going to be doing over there. This rifle unit that we're talking about down to the south, he's most likely going to get a fire command to shoot at these guys before they try to dismount. And the same thing with these guys up here. Well, actually one of them, this guy here, he actually dug a hasty entrenchment to give some cover, but they're going to overwatch. Okay, so the initiative, we've got a plus 20. We need a greater than 50. We roll a 93. Plus 20 makes 113. So we definitely got the initiative for the first player. So now, big question is going to be the indirect fire from the Commonwealth. So where is that going to land? We roll on our table, roll an 89. That drops it right over here, all the way to the south. So they're switching their artillery now that they've noticed that we're heading in here to the south. But luckily, it's hitting in an area that we don't have any troops on. Closest troops is actually the rifle company, but it's just out of the sheaf perimeter, so there'll be no effect on there. So now we get into the direct fire phase, and let me zoom in here a little bit so we can see this a little bit clearer. I wanted to zoom out so you can see the whole strategic picture. Now if I zoom in here a little bit to take a look at the fire, the mortar is going to fire on them. That'll be direct fire, it's not indirect fire, because they can see them. So this is going to be on the direct fire table, and it's going to be a point blank range. The rifle unit ATR is in medium cover, and it's hastily entrenched. So that'll give them a good bit of cover in there. So we're going to get a suppression on a 59 through 89, and an effective on 90 and above. Roll a 49, that's going to be a miss. All right, so that fire is a must. I could have put smoke on them with them as well, and that kind of hindered their fire, but I'm going to have the squads kind of brave the fire across there. So now the AB-41's up to the north. Take some long shots at these guys. So he's going to take a long shot at the ATR-02. That's this guy over here. So this is going to be 32, I believe. It's going to fire at him. It's going to be a long range, no cover. Suppression 43 to 70. So that's actually pretty good to suppress him, and effective 71 and above. So our dice roll is a 21, but it's a miss. All right, next one. It's going to be the other AB-41. They're going to take a shot. That's going to take a shot at the 3-inch mortar in the rough terrain. So that's going to be medium, long range, medium cover, medium full cover, hasty entrenchments. They'll need an 80 to 100 to suppress them, and they roll a 39. So that's a miss as well. Okay. So now some fire back. We've got the ATR-01 over here. He's going to take a shot at the 233 BER truck before they unload, trying to knock them out. They're point blank, moving, shooter is suppressed, so they're going to need a 27 or less to hit. 31, just miss. Okay, so they're okay. So having them suppressed is a big help to get them close. So now we're going to go to the move phase, and there's no close assault or hand-to-hand. Get into our move check, and these are all the checks for the other hidden units over here. So I'm just going to rattle through these pretty quickly. I don't think there's too many moves and nothing really significant to the battle, but I'll just oop, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. There we go. I know I'm hitting the wrong thing. Now the second company, and there we go. There's a couple of moves in there, but again, they're much far away. I'm not really going to show them. So now we'll get to the Italian and German moves over here. I'm going to zoom back into our area over in the corner and take a look at this, because I believe I start out with the Italians moving here. So first off, we've got our two infantry units over here. I've just got them on the side. They're going to dismount from the trucks and drop into there. Okay, so they actually make it over there. Now they can't hand-to-hand yet. If they were next to them, they could have jumped out and hand-to-hand, but in this case they are not, so they're going to have to just move there, and the next turn they'll try to get in there and knock out that rifle unit. Next, we've got some more trucks moving up, and we've got some more of the infantry, Bersaglieri infantry moving up, as well as the support, 75s, Semoverti, 75s, and now we've got some M41, 1441, excuse me, moving up here as well. So they're going to kind of move off to move ahead, because now that the infantry is engaging the rifle unit, hopefully they can take them out, and the tanks can bypass and continue on to keep the momentum going here. We're also going to have some of the AB-41s, the two AB-41s that were in front of the tanks and infantry. They're going to move up to positions where they can spot, hopefully. Now, H7 over here, that's this hex right here. He's going to be able to spot this guy who just moved, so I think he's going to take a shot, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he takes a shot. He's firing at the AB-131, AB-41, 131, medium range, moving, small target, less than 35 to hit, roll a 40, that is a miss. Now we're going to check for activation, rolls a 43, so it's a fake unit, so there's nothing there, so we can get rid of them. That's good, that's why there was a miss. Okay, moving up, the Panzer Company, they're going to move up. Now that we don't have any artillery barraging in the area, they can move fully down the track and also move up the PSW 231s, and they move up to help support the AB-41s over here. And now he can actually get hit by the rifle ATR company over here. He's moved in range to medium range. Should be medium range, not long range. And takes a shot. 50, he needs less than 21, but he rolls a 55. That's a miss. Okay. Continues on up to the road junction there to try to position to grab that and be able to drive down there a little bit once the rest of the Panzer Company gets up here. The second one moves up and stops just short so that he can set up some fire on those units as well. And then we have the infantry company moving up. So just have to rearrange. I'll go through this quick. There's not really much. They're going to move up in column along the track. So it's nothing really exciting other than them moving along the road here, or the track, I should say. All right, so we go to the adjustment phase. Checking for spotting, and oops, I got rid of the wrong one before. Yeah, sorry about that. I got rid of the wrong one. I later deleted that correct one, and we'll see it come back properly in the next one. I believe the spotting was taken off, the suppression was taken off. All right, check for full cover. I don't have anything for full cover. The suppression came off. Yeah, there we go. The suppression came off. And then there we go. Morale changes. There's no morale yet, which I'm going to show you that in a little bit here. I've got a tracker here that I track the morale on, and it's getting to that point that it's going to be interesting. So I think I'll show you that probably the next turn with that. So that's it for turn 5. Pretty quick. Let me zoom it back out so you can see the bigger picture. And what's happened so far is just more moving up, getting along the track, moving down the track as quickly as possible, engaging this last unit, hopefully knock him out pretty quickly, and then get down this track as quickly as possible. We're 5 turns in, so it's, we're about where we want. We're about a quarter of the way through the first board, or I should say halfway through the first board, about a quarter of the way through the whole board itself. We're in a good position here to continue on here. So with that, we'll move on to turn 6. All right, here we go with turn 6. So with turn 5, we ended up in these positions. The Italian units moving up the southern road, the German units, again, advancing up the northern track. I should say, both of these are tracks. And now we're still going to take on this rifle unit, as well as hopefully discover some more units to the north, maybe some to the south. We'll see how it goes here on turn 6. But generally a decent advance. We're about where we're expected to be, and let's go on from there. So turn 6, spotting phase. There's really no change in the spotting here yet. Let me just zoom into the south to just show you. We're not close enough to see any units yet. This unit here is in the open, but it's full cover, so that's actually -2 for the spotting. And even with these recon units, it's still out of range to be spotted. Same thing for these other units that are in rough terrain or scrub terrain. The defensive, or not defensive, but the cover provides more spotting reductions than we can see. From the standpoint of the Commonwealth, pretty much no change. They can see all our vehicles. Our vehicles are moving. Going to give a couple plus modifiers to that, so they'll be able to see everything. But they're out of range. They're out of engagement range. Remember, medium range is the engagement range over here. The only ones we can see is this guy, this rifle unit that's going to be attacked or go into battle with the other ones, and then these guys up to the north. So no change in spotting. Command phase. Italian tanks still have 4. We're going to line them up over here, mostly move commands. And then we're going to put in commands for our AB-41s. They're going to get an overwatch and a move. He's going to try to move up and see what's going on. He'll overwatch and try to hit whatever is spotted. And then up to the north, these recon units are going to get moves. They place fires on the PSW 231s already here. They'll get them on its own. Again, recon units get their own commands, so it's no big deal. And the Italian infantry, the Bersaglieri, they get their 7 commands. So they're going to have down here, let's zoom in on this one a little bit because this actually highlights a piece that I want to show. These guys are going to have to get move commands. They're going to go into hand-to-hand combat with the rifle unit. They're going to go right in. Rifle unit's probably going to get a shot off. Hopefully there'll be a miss. But the other thing is we'll get the mortar back here into action and fire on them and hopefully suppress them. So that's going to reduce their chances to fire. And then these guys can go in and clean them out. The rest of these are going to be moves for the most part. Yeah, we just got that. And then the support 75s, some Avertis, and that's it. And then the Panzer company up here, again, still in column. They're not close enough yet to engage, so they're just going to get all their move commands. Same thing with the Panzer infantry company. All right. And we do some commands because they're close enough here. We do some commands down here like this guy. Oh no, we got the 3-inch mortar. They're close enough. I'm going to see if they get a fire command. And then this guy, yeah, they're going to have Overwatch. He's kind of dug in over here as well. And this guy's going to get a fire. And now we go to the initiative. So again, plus 20 for us, with needing to get greater than 50 for us to grab the first player. Well, 47 plus 20 is going to get 67, so we are the first player. That's good. But first, we got to do our indirect fire, and the Commonwealth player only has that. So they roll a 78 in terms of where their pre-plotted fire is, and this time it lands right here on the track. Not exactly what I wanted. You can see it lands right in here, and it's going to hit our recon units and our lead elements of the Italian tank company, which I'm kind of worried about because these are light tanks. Same thing with the recon vehicles. These are light vehicles, lightly armored vehicles. So we'll have to see how this goes here. So first off, let's go against the AB 41, 31, this guy right here. It's medium range. It's a type A, so it's going to be suppressed on 54 to 82 and effective on 83 to 100. All right, here we go. Let's see. Hopefully it's low. 91 effective. Oh, that's not good. Also with this, I'll go a little slower on this because I think this is important. With the artillery on vehicles like this, so it's slightly different. So it's effective. Now, if the last digit of this roll was a 5 or a 10, then it would either be a damage for 5 or 0 would be 10. In this case, it's a 91. That's actually a hit. He's going to either be knocked out or brewed up in here. So he's effectively out of the game, but we'll see what he does. Brew up less than 3. Now to check for brew up, let me again show you what's going on here. The less than 3 is calculated this way. I look at the, yeah, here we go. The offboard artillery. We check our GP effectiveness. Now it's 1 to 3. All right. The 1 really just means it's a starting point. The 3 is the bigger number that we want to look at over here. The 3 actually controls whether this is going to be a brew up or not. So I've got to roll on a 1d10 less than 3 to get this to be a brew up. Greater than that, it's just a knockout. So that's what this 3 means. Also, too, this 3 also needs to be higher for the effective shot to work. The 3 has to be higher than the armor factor of the vehicle. So, whoops, I want Italians here. So if I look back at the Italian, this is the AB 41s, and let me just select them and then move it back. You'll see that their armor rating here is 1. So that's 3 is greater than 1, so it's effective. If this happened to be an armor rating of 4, 5, 6, something like that, the artillery would not be effective. It would just be a suppress. So that's a little bit of a tutorial on how the GP works on the armor. And that could be whether it's artillery like this or GP coming from a gun or another tank there as well. So anyways, let's see what he's brewed up. Rolls a 10. It's not brewed up. It's just a knockout. So he's out of the game. All right. So he's out. That's not good. Next shot is against the other AB 41. This guy up here. 54 to 82 and 83 to 100. Rolls a 23. That's a miss. All right. Maybe we're getting back down to low rolls. So now we got to go back to the tanks back here. So we've got 124. Medium range A-type suppression now 59 to 87 and 88 to 0 because they're an armor factor of 2, a little bit better. So hopefully, rolling low. Let's see. 81, so that suppresses him. All right, we'll take it. He's still in the game. He's just suppressed. And then I don't know why I clicked that twice, but that's okay. And then the next one, we have 23, 123. Rolls a 9. That's a miss. Oh, excuse me. No, I know what that 95 is. I actually rolled this before he hit enter. So this actually was an effective shot. The 9 is for the brew up or the KO, and he's knocked out. So another tank, this time a tank knocked out. It's 2 down. This is not good. The Commonwealth is striking back. The next one is 125, rolls a 39 as a miss. Next one rolls an 18, and that's a miss. And now that basically covers all of these guys. So I lost 1 tank and 1 recon unit over here. Not good, but not much I can do about it. So now we go to the direct fire. Let's hopefully take this guy out, and then that'll clear that up, and I'll feel a little bit better about that. So we'll see. So now we get our mortar, this guy up here, 233, not 2233. He's firing at the ATR down here. It's point blank, medium cover, hasty trench, suppressed 59 to 89. 90 or greater would be effective. Let's see what we get. Oh, 17. Why couldn't I get a 95? So he misses. And then we will move on here, up here, where these guys are going to take shots. PSW, 231, 31, or 332, this guy over here, is going to shoot at the rifle unit. He's most dangerous, I think. Rolls a 75, so he's suppressed. So he's suppressed over there. That's good. That'll reduce his chance of hitting us if we move up, or when we move up. And then the second one, he's firing at the 3-inch mortar down here, because really, and this is a good tactic here, you know, for folks, once you get them suppressed, unless you've got a really effective kill number, you know, I said 75 or greater, it's kind of useless to shoot at a suppressed unit if they're already fully suppressed on there, like this guy is. So he's going to take a shot at the 3-inch unit, a 3-inch mortar unit. Rolls a 73, and he's suppressed. All right, that's good. That'll keep their heads down at least while we move up to hopefully take them out. All right, just adjusting here. There we go. So now, Commonwealth units coming back down here, they're going to take a shot at, the rifle unit's going to take a shot at our infantry squad right here, 222. That guy. Point blank range, moving, suppressed, moving. So he will be suppressed on a 22 to 53. That's not good for us, and effective at 54 or greater. So this is where I was hoping the suppression would come in, which would definitely shift these numbers worse for them, but didn't happen. So let's see what happened. 76. So the squad is now going to be reduced to a half squad. And then he will be suppressed, so he will not be able to attack. And then now we move to the move phase. So now German and Italian hand to hand. Now at this point I took a look at this hand to hand combat with one squad 223 against the rifle squad, and I figured out that these Italians are at a pretty bad disadvantage. The reason why is they are let me move this up here to show you. They are at regular grade. So their hand-to-hand modifier is a -10. So with all else being equal, they were going to have to roll 10, at least 10 higher, or actually 11 higher, to actually win the hand-to-hand, while the Commonwealth only needed to roll 10 lower. So there's a swing of like 20 points, 20% towards the Commonwealth. So I did not initiate this hand-to-hand combat over here. I told them, I figured let them sit there. We'll take some shots at him. We'll get this guy recovered. I'll move up. I've got another unit in here that's not loaded yet to try to take them out, and also get the mortar in there to suppress them again. So the hand-to-hand didn't materialize, and we went straight to the move. And now the Commonwealth is the first player to move, so they're going to we're going to go through their moves over here, and I think I'm going to zoom out. There we go. I think we didn't have too many moves. There's a few full covers. I noticed down here there's a couple full covers that came out. Just kind of go through the second company. They got a hasty entrenchment up there. I saw those recon units coming and they dug in. And a few more full covers over there on the hills. And that was about it, I think. Yeah, some more hasty entrenchments on the hills, as they can now start to see these recon units moving up, and they start digging in a little bit more. So now the German and Italian moves. So this guy moves up. Let's zoom back in so you can see some of the detail. So this AB-41 moves up with these guys suppressed so they can get into a better firing position. Same with the second one. And then down to the south, we have some of the infantry units moving up, trying to get back there. And then we have our Panzer company moving up here as well. Again, staying on the road. And pretty much not deploying yet, pretty much still in a column mode, because there's still really no fear of attack yet. So they just move up. Now down south, let me just go back here for a second. I just want to point out that I moved some of these up, but because the artillery was in here, I didn't want to get these trucks into the sheaf zone, because then they would be attacked. And the same thing with these armored units that were in there. I did not want to move them because they would be attacked with a much more detrimental attack on us than if we just stayed put. With the artillery, as you saw, we were attacked initially during the IF combat phase, and that allowed us to use moving bonuses, moving negative bonuses and armor and so forth. But now if they moved into the sheaf zone, or they continued to move along here, they would be attacked again in each hex that they move. But now the moving penalty does not apply. That only applies to the first one that's on there. A little bit awkward in terms of how it's described in the rules, but with a few clarifications on CSW, Board Game Geek, and so forth, that is actually how it works out. So it's more dangerous to move within the sheaf zone than to just stay put until the artillery finishes. Now, the consequence to that is these guys don't move up. We've delayed our movement forward and delayed our engagement with these guys a little bit. If you've got a tight game, this can be very effective in terms of delaying your opponent, in this case us, from moving up. I did move some of these other units up behind it just to be in position to move when it can, but effectively shut them down for the turn. Okay, but to the north we were able to move up with our Panzer companies over here. So now we come to our adjustment phase. Not much going on over here. The suppression adjustments here happening. We turn this guy to suppression off. Same with these guys up here. They'll be turned off and off. No morale adjustment, and that gets us to the end of the turn. So I'll zoom back out here so you can see the big picture. Big picture is the Panzer companies have moved up. Down to the south, the Italians have been delayed, and actually we accumulated a few more losses, which is starting to take a toll on us. And I'm going to show you here what I mean by that, because I am playing with the morale rules, meaning that once we reach a morale breaking point, then we are going to need to actually have some penalties applied on units when they get to that point. So I track that separately here, because what that is where you've got to track what's called cohesion points, which are basically the number of units you have within a formation. And I track that separately over here because I like playing with this rule, because this can be very effective as the game goes on. So I'm going to show you how I track that here with this looking rather complex spreadsheet, but it really is not. So this is basically a spreadsheet of the form that's on the within the game. It's in one of the books that you can use to actually track this. I put this into a spreadsheet to make it a little bit easier for myself on here. So basically what it has all our formations. We have our Italian medium tank company, the Bersaglieri, the Panzer, and the infantry companies over here. Over here are just some generic sides for the Commonwealth units. It doesn't have to be as specific over here because we don't track them other than their formation within here. So within here I've done quite a few nice things on here. First off, I can see the grade, I can see the command units versus the individual platoons, and you notice I've got those color coded so they can see those very easily. And then when units are damaged, destroyed, you can see I strike them out and then note how they were destroyed. Now, with that being said, what happens is every time a unit is lost, that reduces their cohesion points, their CP points. And you can see those in the scenario notes at the top of each formation. And you can see here our cohesion points, this one for the Italian infantry company is now down to 3. So if I lose 3 more, once I hit that 3 mark, then they will start having morale issues where they'll have to take morale checks for certain activities and actions, and they'll be limited in terms of what they do. So tracking this here for each one of the formations, as well as tracking it for the Commonwealth over here, so you can see the AT guns that were destroyed already are showing up over here. Their cohesion level's down to a 4, so if they get 4 or less, then they start having some issues on here as well. I also use this to track the victory points, so you can see here this is where our victory points are right now. German and Italian, that's us. Combat losses for the Commonwealth is 34 points, that's our total, and the Italian losses over here for Commonwealth victory points is 87. I also have SSR points, that's going to be for those hills. I haven't applied those yet because those apply at the end of the, in this case, in this scenario, it applies at the end of the scenario. So you can see our difference right now, we're behind by 53 points, which is not good. Not good at all. But there we are. But we're only on turn 6. I have a feeling we can knock out some of these units up here. These units here, maybe get a few more. Definitely if we get these hills, that's going to turn the tide, because this is 450, this is 200 and something, and this is 200 and something over here. So there's about 1,000 points over here. That if we can capture all of those, we'll be in good shape. But it's a long way to go. We're only on turn 6, well, the end of turn 6, we're going on to turn 7 from here. So anyways, thanks for watching. Turns 5 and 6 are into the books. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it's been interesting. I know right now we're still kind of moving. We haven't really engaged a lot, but we've got some interesting situations down here with the Italians, and eventually the Germans will start getting into issues up here with these guys and try to take them out and get across here as well. So look forward to seeing you in the next ones on turn 7 and 8 or so. Thanks. Bye-bye.